the brilliance of a supernova explosion, hundreds of thousands of times brighter than our sun, may last a few months, weeks, or just a few days. However, the dust clouds that it illuminates, known as light echoes, continue to echo this past event, travelling through time and space for hundreds of years. On a similar but much smaller scale, one moment of awareness can illuminate and echo its insight throughout the rest of our lives and beyond. I remember a huge house. It had a shabby grandness about it, and along its side grew a pink, wild climbing rosebush that clung to the house like a gnarled hand, its claws digging into the old crumbling brickwork. Within its walls lived a recluse, an old man, who my young 14-year-old mind had judged, sentenced and labelled as a bogeyman. My tongue lashed out spine-chilling stories of bogeyman adventures, and my school friends loved them. And soon echoes of these stories were heard around the whole school, and our bogeyman took birth. Several months later, on a night thick with storm, an ambulance came and drove the bogeyman away. He never did return. The house remained empty for almost a year before curiosity burned itself through my fear, and I ventured into the abandoned house. There, by the fireplace, on a dirty, dusty floor, lay a grubby photograph, a boot print across its face. And yet, when I picked it up, its impact upon me was instantaneous, for I found myself looking at the gentle, smiling, handsome face of the bogeyman in his prime. He had one hand weaved in his lady's long dark hair, and the other lay across the shoulders of a young boy who proudly held his jar of captured tadpoles. I felt as if the moment held its breath, as if awaiting for the understanding of its lesson to unfold within my heart. And when it did, my spine-chilling stories came echoing back to me, and with them came the pain of their reflection. I placed the photograph up on the mantelpiece above the fireplace, and I ran from the house. And as I scrambled over the garden wall, I noticed for the first time how the wild pink climbing rosebush was trying desperately to hold the old place together, and how beautifully it perfumed the air. As I ran down the street that day, I knew that something special was running with me. But it wasn't till many years later that I fully realized that I had experienced both the pain and the joy of awareness expanding the richness and the depth of a moment, and how that moment had affected the choices that I had made in my life thus far. I went in search for more such moments, and I found them. I found them in the spaces of silence and in the focusing of my attention and in the questioning of things from as many different angles that my awareness allowed, and from learning the art of listening. And together, these moments calmed the storms within me, opened up my mind, allowing space for original thought to enter. They brought peace and warmth into my heart. And in today's noisy, cluttered, stressful times, these moments of awareness are needed more than ever. For it is these moments that lift life's face into the light and bring meaning and fulfillment into our lives. Moments are more than just a ticking of time. They are precious drops of life that will continue to illuminate and echo the stories of our lives for many, maybe even hundreds of years to come.